Smoke Screen Podcast is brought to you by Creative Designs and More. It's Creative Designs, the letter N, More. Check out Wanda at Creative Designs and More on Facebook, or you can also check her out on TikTok at C Wanda B. That's SEE Wanda B. The letter B, man. I'm gonna tell you, y'all see my lighters I have, man. She does a great job. Any kind of party favor you need, coming to your party to design it, just let Wanda handle it, and I bet you she'll make it right for you. I promise you, man. Knock on wood, man. I promise you, dog. I would not lie to you. You ain't never lied to you on Smoke Screen, man. Make sure you checking out Creative Designs and More, man. Wanda will set you straight. I promise you, we'll get you right, man. Make sure you checking her out. And that's for our sponsors for today's episode.
Welcome back, man. Like I told you, I got another great episode, dog. I got my partner, man, Zaire, dog. Zaire, man, let the people know who they speaking with right now.
What's going on, family? It is a great honor and a pleasure to be here on the Smoke Screen Podcast. I am Zaire Smith, owner of Lofti. Lofti Brands. It's a body butter brand. We sell premium body butters and all organic, all natural ingredients. Let me show you guys my business card. Business card here. I got a little sample right here. We'll talk about all of this stuff a little bit later on. But yeah, and my day job, I do have a day job. I'm a teacher within the Leon County school systems. I teach middle school civics and social studies. And what else? Just a historian, a lover of knowledge and information, all kinds of spiritual, all kinds of just everything, you know? So,
Hey Z, bro.
yes, sir.
So I got this new thing I told you about. I'm gonna throw in the smoke screen called "Smoked Out Questions." So that's crazy that you throw in that spiritual stuff because I was looking at your YouTube today,
Right.
and I was gonna ask you what was that binaural beats,
Yeah,
binaural beats.
binaural beats. Yeah.
Yeah. What's that? Is that like spiritual? I was listening to some of those tones.
Yeah, absolutely. Binaural beats. Okay, so it is it's all about kind of like almost like astral projection, like healing your body with tones, right?
Yeah.
So it's you can do different things based off of sound, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the things they talked about in ancient Kemet, well, in these ancient civilizations talked about some of these chambers, some of these pyramids were acoustically toned to where sounds echoed, and then in their glory, their former glory, some of them had were totally quartz crystalled out or totally golded out or silvered out, so where when you step into them and they played a certain tone, it could hyper focus and heal the body, instantly. Allegedly, according to the myths of old and ancient legends. So what people have done, they've studied these things and they said, okay, we can kind of back engineer and get some of these tones in the modern age. And so that's what they do. They're meant for you to go to sleep to them, to relax to them, to meditate to them, and you are aligning yourself spiritually on other realms.
I kind of get it because I guess like
Mm-hmm.
where it say your body is your temple, how those sounds like I know that what's that one place where you clap and the noise go up and you know what I'm talking about? You clap at I forgot the name of the pyramid. But it's like in South America. You
One
clap.
in Mexico, yeah. My
Yeah,
cousin just came from. I think he was in Cancun. There's one. It's one of those where it's a huge acoustic courtyard. You can clap and it'll
yeah.
travel to the other side. Yeah.
I guess that that's kind of if that's a temple, then that sound that they portraying it hits your temple and kind of runs to your temple. Yeah, I get it. I was listening to that. I ain't gonna lie, I listened to one of them. And I was like, oh shit, I feel kind of tingly.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. They
could.
meant for you. Right. Yeah. Turn to dim the lights. Inhale, exhale. Work on your breathing exercises.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Try your best to quiet your mind. Try your best to void yourself of thought. You know what I'm saying? Just be totally still. Think of like the blackness of space or something just really still and quiet, and then just focus on that. And when you leave, you will feel like, you know what I'm saying, you will feel the, feel the shock, feel the energy going up and down your spine. When you leave, you'll almost be tingling. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's a good way to like power and level up. You like when I just want to share this. When I first like had my spiritual like awakening, bro,
Yeah.
like world like almost like changed a little bit. Like colors were brighter, bro. I went outside and like blues were more blue, greens were more green, my nigga. I could not believe. You know what I'm saying? It's like stuff was like sparkly almost. And so I recommend everybody to get into your spiritual journey. I keep crystals on deck. This is a big old quartz I got. And this is, I got a whole little altar up here full of my crystals and stuff. But yeah, man.
Yeah, yeah, because when the crystals like it shine that light and it bounce off, so you gotta have that right light to bounce off that crystal to shine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. It's a whole science you can get into. You gotta charge crystals. You gotta clean them. You got to be nice to them, right? Crystals will get up and leave you. You feel me? Not only for bad reasons, but for you might not need them anymore. They might have someone else that needs them more, right? So like a lot of people have them in their pockets. That's pockets of your car, and all of a sudden it's gone, or you had it in your pocket this morning, it's not there no more. A lot of time, saying crystals have a mind of their own. It's an infinite, it's a whole new world. You want to get into crystals
Cause
and all the stuff.
somebody gonna pick it up if they see it on the ground.
Exactly, because they're intrinsically beautiful, right? Yeah, they have that magnetism. So we're all magnetic, us as people. I mean that literally, not just kind of in the physical. What is it? In the I mean it literally, not in the metaphoric sense. A lot of people talk about law of attraction, but you're literally a magnet with your electromagnetic pulses that go from your heart to your brain, and your blood has iron in it. Anytime you get metal moving, you're gonna create a magnetic field. So your body has a magnetic field all around it. And so by interacting with these crystals, you kind of like cleansing that magnetic field in a way. They draw out a lot of that negative energy for you.
I got you, dog. Now Z, dog,
Yes,
we
sir.
been freestyling this. Now you went to FAMU.
No
How was your
problem.
FAMU experience, man?
I love FAMU. FAMU is the bee's knees, the legs, and the wings. Um, FAMU, especially the young ladies, they're always beautiful. Motivation to get to class, especially if you take it seriously. If you take it seriously, bro, like that's why I preach to my kids. Like, you want to be the smartest dude in the class because you get all the attention. Like, you want attention for bad things, but if you constantly raise your hand because you've done the reading or you've done the homework, you know what I'm saying? Like, girls gonna beat your door down. Like, oh my God, can you help me? Can you write me a paper? You either gonna make a lot of money, a lot of friends, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You want to have that thirst for knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, dog. So
I
like I
love I
said,
love FAMU. Yeah.
and what'd you study at FAMU? I know you're a teacher. What did you study?
Well, I was looking back. I wish I would have just done something different, but political science. You know what I'm saying? Something I knew I could pass. I wasn't gonna flunk out. I did not want to fail. I didn't want to let my family down. So I was like, you know what? I know history like the back of my hand. Like memorizing facts and stuff like that. It's always come like really natural to me. And so I just went with what was natural.
Yeah, dog. Like that history, man. I'll never forget this, man. God bless the dead. When we went down to your pops his facility down there, man, and dog, and seeing those artifacts in there, bro, and just being so amazed, man, just walking and just staring around like, what in the world, dog? All this was sitting right here, bro. How was that growing up around all that?
It was really fun. It was really cool. That is probably contributes to the, a lot of my spirituality because just all of that stuff helps, so much energy, because it's all old antique, turn of the century, a lot of the stuff, or slavery era, a lot of the stuff. What is it, Jim Crow era, segregation era, a lot of the stuff. So all of that energy was still in a lot of those posters and just figurines and stuff like that. Um, yeah, growing up, you kind of take it for granted. You grew up with it every day. You hear your dad tell the story a million times to all his customers. So You know what I'm saying? You don't really give it the reverence like you probably should growing up. But looking back, it's like, dang, like everybody's not exposed to this much culture and history.
What's one of the most unique things that you remember seeing, like artifacts that he had or that you still have?
Okay, so some of the stuff that we have and had, because I got rid of some of the stuff. Unfortunately, I didn't keep everything. Some of it kind of got damaged a little bit, but I still got a good 75, 80% of it. But some of the unique things, especially growing up as a kid, was everybody can Google this thing called the Coon Chicken Inn, right? And if you look at the Coon Chicken Inn, the mascot was one of those stereotypical blackface. It was a cartoon version, blackface, huge red lips, oval, no detailed definition, just round, ovally lips, red, jet
Oh yeah.
black skin. Why, yes, Coon Chicken Inn. They were a chain of restaurants around America, and they closed down, years ago once segregation was over. But their figurines, their memorabilia, I got fans, I got little dinner plates, just a bunch of little, you know, stuff from that establishment,
Hmm.
and it's trippy and creepy out a little bit. It's a little
Hey,
weird.
we gonna talk about that at the end. We'll talk about that after the episode. I just looked up where they from, where that originated from. Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about that one because they down here in Florida real big right now, man. It's some stuff I found out the other day, dog. That's crazy, bro. Where did that get that from, dog?
He went all around, man. That was his thing. It was like estate sales and like garage sales, obscure ass,
Oh
flea
snap!
markets and
Hold
shit.
up, bro. Hold up. You just said estate sales. So
Oh, that was his shit.
some of these would be
Yeah.
at them estate sales.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Obscure ass antique shops, like antique shops from Alabama and shit. I remember he dragging our asses to Alabama a bunch of times, and this place in Georgia. We had to go to Savannah, Georgia for a vacation. Like, my dad, the last vacation he was trying to take us on was like Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Like not to watch football, but like to antique shop. I'm like, Dad, we're not trying to
I
go to
never thought
Tuscaloosa.
about that, dog. Right, because we be going to Thomasville, and I be going to some of them little shops and looking around.
Thomasville stayed his ass in Thomasville about
Yeah,
Dawson.
dang, dog. Yeah, some of them South South Florida. Was there any much in Florida? You saw like little shops like that.
Yeah, I mean, he was always around here. Like, he had booths at the flea market from time to time. This local one we got in Tallahassee. He actually had a booth, where Railroad Square is now, where they do the first Fridays and
Yeah,
stuff. He had booths there for years, before it was like super jumping over in that area. But yeah, he's always been super plugged in with all the, local kind of antique. Now, most of it wasn't amazing, wasn't any good, but like I said, when I was a kid, that was like the last thing I wanted to do was like walk around these antique shops and museums. Like I was like not about it. But looking like if he was still alive today, it's something I would enjoy doing with him now. But like as a kid, I was not interested one bit.
yeah, man. Yeah, dog. But we gonna touch back because that's gonna lead into some other stuff. I don't want to jump ahead, but dog, how like learn some of the history that you've learned, man. What's some of the history that you've learned that's been pretty vital to you in your everyday? I know one thing Z told me about was he told me about the book, The Delectable Negro, bro, and that kind of changed my mind. That it kind of opened. I had already thought there's nothing new under the sun. Sometimes with the things that some people can think of, and that book right there kind of solidified, and I had to kind of cut it off and kind of I was like, man, I don't need to know too much more about what was going on back then. But Z, what's some of the vital information and history that you've learned throughout your journey learning history?
I don't know, man. I just think that I don't know. For me, it was just I had to come to grips with the whole, black experience, like racism in America. Because my thing was when we was all in elementary school, right? When we was all at chairs, and you was at Buck Lake, those are both basically like half and half. A lot of, maybe not quite half and half, but a strong black population, bunch of white kids. You feel me?
Yeah,
And so most part, racism wasn't that big of a deal, and you always thought that, hey, our generation, we're gonna be the ones to end this shit. You feel me? Like we just gonna be kumbaya, happy little kids growing up, and then you grow up and you realize like these motherfuckers still racist. You feel me? Like
Hey,
this shit ain't getting.
but bruh, I was getting caught. But see, that's the thing. I think at Buckley, where at Cheers, it was more of y'all at Cheers, more black folks
Right,
at Cheers than it was at
right. That's why I
Buckley.
say, yeah.
Right, and so they was calling me nigga, dog. I remember stealing off on a girl, dog. I said, I was a line leader. I was like, hey, guess what I am today? And she was like, what, a nigga? And I don't know, I just stole it off, bro. I stole, yeah, bro. To this day, I laugh at that part because she see that
Right, but you
bitch.
had the yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
I
bitch.
ain't mad at that at all.
Yeah, but I
Oh,
remember
I
that,
have
dog.
mercy.
I remember we'll talk about that after the
We
episode.
had it. We had it
Yeah,
at Chairs, but it wasn't, what I'm saying? We had enough of us where everybody wanted, because we was all about playing sports and running and
yeah.
jumping and stuff. So, you wanted the black kids to be on your team for, the football games and the soccer games and
it,
stuff. But
it was always like when we was in groups, you wouldn't see it, but when you get one alone and like it's just y'all
mm,
two, then you'll start seeing what they getting taught at the house and stuff. They group skills was on point, but they singular skills was to be worked on, man. And that's one thing I kind of noticed, dog. But like with the history that you've learned, man, do you see that it's repeating itself right now? Like, because we all know history repeats itself, dog. Do you see the things that's going on right now kind of repeating what's been on in the future? I mean, in the past, or do you think this is something new that's going on? Everything right now.
it's funny, man. Like, my thing is, I don't think people understand, like, where they at. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand, like, we have like high hopes and aspirations for America and what we think it can be and what we think it is. But like, make no mistake about it. Like, this is a white supremacist, dominated. They run the whole goddamn show. Might be a few black faces sprinkled around. Might be some representation, but they have total control over the whole game. So I think we can get wrapped up. I get, with black nationalism, we can get wrapped up in the RBC flag, get wrapped up in all these kind of like side quests as black people, thinking that we can like overthrow something or take over this or take, like, bro, ain't nowhere under the sun. Like, even if they gave us, or they say, all right, well, even if we carved out a little area for ourselves, they would still be sending people in to see what we're doing, even if they're not hostile. They would not leave us alone under any circumstances. Forget about it. You're not getting left alone, okay?
Bro, I was trying
And
to
so,
think. I was
yeah.
watching the TV show the other day, and it made me think, dog, because I said it in an episode. I forgot what it was. Those of y'all listening to Smoke Screen, y'all probably remember what it was. Tweet me, and let me know what it was. I kind of forgot it, but I was watching something, and it kind of made me realize that you like the character. They was like, nah, we can't fight these folks. We can't fight them. Ain't nothing we can do. We just gotta try to go another route, think different. We can't fight them. We just gotta, like you said, know where you at, man, and know who you going against, dog. So you got to know your opponent. Sometimes, yeah, everybody want to say they got ops, but do you really know your ops? Do you know the extent that your ops will go to get they task done? Are you
Right.
and I
Not to cut you off, just to piggyback off your point with the do you know your ops? You know, I'm happy, what I'm saying? I'm not happy, but what I'm saying? I don't think it's a bad thing Young Thug and all them boys got indicted. You feel me? Like, they ain't doing nothing but killing a bunch of black people, you feel me, shooting up a bunch of neighborhoods, selling a bunch of encouraging dope selling, you feel me? Like, how long can you glorify that? And it seems like the people who do it the most, who are most successful at it, don't get caught. There's no consequences or repercussions. And so that leaves a bunch of young people to feel like they can do the same thing, right? And that's my problem with it. If it was just Young Thug, and if it was Young Thug in a vacuum and he was the only person affected, okay, fine, we can just listen to his music. But I work in the school system and I see that these little kids, like they worship this drug, you know, violence mindset. They love it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to connect with an 11-year-old, start talking about OTF and Slack and you know what I'm saying. Start twisting up your fingers and stuff, and you'll make a friend instantly. And that's not cool. That's not okay.
Yeah, man. That's man. I don't I don't be understanding it. Like I was watching a video on TikTok the other day, and it was yesterday, and the dude was like he was asking these three kids, and he was like teenagers. He was like, "Why y'all got these scullies on your face? Like, why y'all
Right.
got these
Two
things?"
shiesties masks
Yeah,
and
and
stuff.
he
Yeah.
the kid was like, for my ops." He was like, "Bro, you in 10th grade, bro. What are you talking about?" And all I could think in my head was, boy, when you get older, them ops gonna be them bills, boy. You better straighten up, dog.
I've been trying to tell them without saying too much. They trying to nail you. But because that's what I was talking with about my cousin. I was talking with my cousin about it the other day. He was in the street life heavy. You feel me? I ain't gonna tell you which cousin, but he was talking about how every time, well, he was in it heavy for a while, but he sent straighten up his life, and he was talking about how every time he came out of jail, it was like a negative cloud that even followed him after he was out. Like he was like shit just wasn't going right. Like bad luck was just it was still a negative energy over him, even just going to that bitches and you know what I'm saying. That's the goal is they just want you to go for whatever reason the reason may be. If it's petty, if it's big, they just want you to get wrapped up enough to visit jail so you can get some of that negative energy and take it out with you. And then chances are you're gonna go back. You know what I'm saying? Because he felt like that first, and then he got jammed up again like a year ago, and he was like, bro, he was like, when I got out of jail this last time, bro, he's like, I felt that same, and it, like shit was because now he's a business owner, so he's used to getting a certain volume of jobs, a certain blah blah blah, and he felt it in his business where it throwed off the rhythm of his, how he was getting his money. So
That shit true, dog. Cause I always go back to Lovecraft Country, how they was doing in that, just the police would just want to get into that area just to they throw off the spirits or whatever. The put the I don't know, bro, but I believe in that stuff too a little bit, dog. If you somebody get that, they say that juju on them, and it's yeah,
right, they just want you to go. And that's the thing. That's what people don't realize. Oh, I can do a little of this. I can do a little of that. Man, you do a little enough. You feel me? You gonna go, and it's never gonna end because like again, people, once you start talking about good jobs, they still, they
oh,
look at that stuff.
bro,
Like they look at it.
I was just thinking about looking at the booking report. I was like, dog, they putting people in the booking report for just nothing, dog. Like
Yeah,
a little traffic violation. Put
right.
them on a
Now
booking
your
report.
face splattered
Now you
across the booking report.
yeah. Like why are you even wasting your time taking them in there to the facility? You could have took them.
Somebody told me it's a fee. It's a fee you can pay not for them not to release it.
Oh,
But
for
that's
real?
just them. Yeah, that's just them. Price gouging. You know what I'm saying? Like we're just gonna create a problem to make you pay for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was gonna talk about it on Digging in the Ashtray the other day, but they coming out with this new thing where they gonna make it harder for people to go visit their families in the jails. And I'm like, man, it's lock them
Yeah,
up,
I noticed that too.
lock them up. You won't
I
be able to
noticed
get
that
in.
too. Like, you got
Yeah,
it. No, I remember I went and saw one of our close friends. You know him, and then when I went and saw him, we got to do the phone thing. I think it was face to face on the
yeah,
phone.
yeah.
And then I went and saw my cousin, and then they had us on like the video thing, and I didn't see him face to face. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of weird. This is at Leon County, but
Yeah, I know throughout the state they do little different things. What they trying to do, they say because there's no guards really in there now, so they trying to uptick the charges.
no
JK,
guards really.
yeah,
Lord.
that's why they doing all these little incentives for them to be correctional officers. Nobody,
Oh, okay. So it's
yeah,
not that they don't. It's not that they're trying to phase out guards. That people just don't want to do it.
nobody wanting to do the job no more.
They ain't paying shit. How much a car make? 30 bands, a year? Like you
Yeah,
really, you know what I'm saying? Really, how much a car costs? 40?
and
You know
you
what I'm saying?
out
Like how you
and
yeah, go ahead.
you out in these middle like Mayo, you out in the middle of nowhere, bro.
Fucking nowhere. You gotta go to school, you gotta train for it, 6 months. You probably gonna go into debt for that.
It smell like straight. shit out of him, man. Oh, excuse me, they got cut. It's so
That
like
shit.
man.
And
But
then it's halfway dangerous. They ain't give you no real weapon. Your ass gonna have a damn some pepper spray and a whistle, looking like Craig and Day from Next Friday. And
yeah, yeah. Hey Z man, those of y'all that don't know Z man, Z knows history, dog. But one thing about Z man, he had us in 2010 sitting in my living room watching all kind of money videos about coins and different things, dog. Z, you remember that? You remember that, bro? Like conspiracy videos and junk, bro.
probably, yeah. I remember one night I'm thinking about was I remember we watched one about Wiz. Wiz was talking about they was trying to roll out the Amero. It was like, oh, they're gonna combine Mexico, Canada, and the United States, and they're gonna make a new currency called the Amero. And this was Wiz Khalifa looking the shit up, like video himself. And so this was like back before he like really, really blew. This was like way back in the day. You know what I'm talking about. But
Yeah,
the Amero never happened. So and that's my problem with conspiracy. Like you can get wrapped up in that shit, and half that shit don't never really even happen.
yeah,
So yeah, so you kind of take it with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? You got to live your life. You got to pay your bills, man. You can't get wrapped up with the Rothschilds and the Bilderbergs doing, because you know what I'm saying. Light bill gonna be got to be paid. You feel me?
yeah. Z dog, but like one thing, you was on crypto early. You was on it early, dog. Like what got you into cryptocurrency?
I was on it early. I got success early. You feel me? What got me into it was I think first time I heard about it, I always used to listen to NPR, public news radio,
Mm-hmm.
new national public radio. Yeah,
Radio,
national
yeah,
public radio. Right. And they was doing a study on it when Bitcoin had jumped from like $20 to like $200 or something like that. It was still cheap. It was not cheap, but it was like $200 now, going up to like 1,000 or something. And so I just remember hearing about it then, and they was just talking about how it started at zero and how everybody's getting on board. And so I heard that, and then a few months I tried to get in, but it was too complicated. A few months later, maybe a year or so later, Ethereum popped on the scene, and I think I started with a Coinbase. I heard about Coinbase, and I was like, all right, let me sign up Coinbase. Everybody like Coinbase, the easiest way to get in. I think Coinbase, and then Ethereum was dirt cheap. I think I wound up with like 6 Ethereum. I had to pay under $150 for them. I think I maybe spent $50 the first time and then came back and bought some more. But by the time Ethereum quit going up, that like $150 was like 6 bands. And but in between that, I had bought some Bitcoin, I bought some other stuff, and then that run up in 2017, I think my account went up to like 22 bands. You feel me? And then I was just so excited. I didn't know, when to get out. You feel me? I let this shit ride basically all the way back down. You
yeah.
feel me? But you know what I'm saying? It just taught me that this shit ebbs and flows. It's not going straight up to $1 million. You feel me? But yeah, man, it's a wild ride. I recommend everybody at least get some and do like I did. My first purchase, I bought it and I kind of forgot about it for 6 months. And then by the time I looked at it, it was worth thousands of dollars. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? So just get some. That's just don't blow your whole bag, but just especially now that it's gone down, like we're crashing. I recommend waiting a couple more, a month or 2 or 3 more months, let it crash a little bit more, and start scaling in, man.
Hey
Especially
Z,
when it's cheap. Yeah, go
Z
ahead.
dog, do you see this like do you see crypto dying out, or you think it's gonna keep going?
Everybody has their predictions. Like they're usually hot or cold on it. They're usually like, it's gonna be everything. It's gonna be the future. It's gonna eat money. It's gonna, or some people like it's going to zero. It's so stupid. Why are y'all doing this? It's gonna be in the middle. Is what it is. It's gonna be incorporated into the future. It's gonna ebb and flow. It's gonna go down. It's gonna have crashes. It's gonna go up. You feel me? It's not going away, but it's not gonna be the everything, the money eater of all current. No, no. It doesn't have that capacity. It doesn't have that bandwidth. It doesn't have that kind of transaction. Like when we talk about transactions, you got to talk about what Visa and MasterCard are able to do as credit card companies. They do millions of transactions a second, I heard. Well, Bitcoin is they barely can even process transactions. Ethereum, it costs thousands of a lot of times, depending on how cloud the network is, it can cost a lot of money to get transactions through. Where now Ethereum is more expensive than working through a traditional. Because the whole point of Ethereum and all this stuff was, okay, we're going to bypass credit cards and make it cheaper and faster and all of this stuff. Well, now so much of the network is being clogged and built on that it's slow and expensive. It's more expensive now than credit cards, and so that's what I mean. It's not just going to eat everything and take over the world because it's still growing. It still has a lot of infrastructure, like grassroots coding type shit it's got to do, and that might take 10 or 20 years type. It's not no overnight shit.
Like one thing I was thinking of when I was doing like writing notes for this, I was like, as a country that's somewhat kind of violent, why are we so afraid to use like a volatile payment system like crypto or like Bitcoin? We're so worried about using that as much. Like the older people, I guess, are worried about using those things.
It's
That
not a worried about it. It's just a stage in life. Like once you get older, you quit learning. You know what I'm saying? Like you
yeah,
quit trying to put new information in your head. It's like, okay, now I gotta change money. Like, no. Money's been money since I was a little damn boy and or a little girl, and I'm not fit to learn how to do internet money. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, because I
That's
know
all.
the states looking at taking taxes for business owners to be able to pay their taxes in cryptocurrency coming up soon. So that's gonna be something. I guess Florida's trying to get in on it too.
Right.
I
I
was
heard
seeing.
Miami's got a huge push. I think they're gonna be paying residents in it, like giving you a stipend or some shit I heard. I
Ah,
don't know. Yeah.
that
Something
would
going
be.
on in
Oh
Miami.
man, that would be cool. Like to build up smaller like rural counties. Say if you move to this county, you get a couple Bitcoin. We'll give you a couple Bitcoin to move to this county. That'd be kind of interesting. But then you might get those people that want to mess up the system, find a glitch in the system, and then they want to just say they living there and stuff. Man, you heard about that glitch the other day, dog, on DoorDash?
I did, and it made me mad. Well, not really, because I ain't trying to get caught up in that shit.
Yeah.
But it's one of the things like, what happened? Oh my god, what's going on in the world?
Bro, I was just like, boy, they gonna so no god they get these folks on that one, dog. You don't mess with these people money like that. I don't know, man. It's always a glitching
Yeah, they
everything.
might get away with it. I don't know, but it's like one of the things I'd probably be too scared to try because if it don't work, you're not finna hit my account for $1,000 of food. You know that I ain't really finna eat. Like what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And then like they said, people buying all this, or they bought 3 bands worth of McDonald's and then ain't tipped the motherfucker who delivered it shit. You feel me? Be considerate. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Like we
boy,
just being assholes about shit.
I wonder. Hold on, I wonder if it was a glitch in the tip that would have sent the money to the person. Cause
I,
then you could have had your homeboy be the your homeboy could have been the DoorDash. You could have tipped them 400, 4 bands right there. Now y'all got 4 bands in cash instead of 4 bands in dumbass. Come on, man. Come on, bruh.
this is why you need a nigga like Smoke on your team, dog.
Come on, bruh. Y'all hustling backwards, dog. We could have been riding, dog. Hey, like they say that man, they said somebody got deposited like the wrong amount of his bank account. They said they ain't found them six. You
Ooh,
said,
that's fine. That's one nigga. Is this the first nigga that's done it right?
I think
Is
so,
this the
bro.
first nigga that's done it right? Everybody else turned the shit back in.
Hey, that man's so gold.
Out. Holla at y'all. What you mean? Getting a
Hey,
passport with a new name on it. What you talking about?
hey, man, they said they cannot find him, man. If you get me too, boy,
uh,
I got enough to get somebody. I guess found a bag of money at a casino down in Mississippi, and they took it back. I'm like, shit.
and to be honest, you feel me? Just to kind of piggyback off that, that's how your man Pooh Shiesty got caught. This dumbass nigga, because he one of my favorite artists. I like his music, even though it's awful music, but it's catchy,
Yeah,
right? With the robbery he pulled that got him caught, he robbed some dude, him and his crew, some dude for some Jordans, some other like rare, stuff. And instead of just paying the man, you feel me? He wanted to be Pooh Shiesty all the way and rob this dude, that's trying to make some money across the street from the police station. He got cameras that saw the whole thing. Who's Shiesty little retarded behind? He got the suicide doors on the McLaren. He got a Louis bag with 40 bands cash in the Louis bag. When he let the doors down on the McLaren, the 40 bands cash fall out the, you know what I'm saying, fall out the door. Police matched the money up from the 40 bands to his Instagram serial numbers with him spreading the money across and shit. Okay. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like you got $40,000 cash on you. Why can't you just pay this man for these goddamn Jordans? You know what I'm saying? Like, why you gotta be such an ass dick face? You know what I'm saying? $200, $300, $400 for some Jordans. Ugh, shit just he make me sick, bro. And here they shot people. There was a shootout. People got shot behind this shit. You got $40,000. You don't even want to break none of it. Come on,
Bro,
I can't.
bro, that be getting me too though. I don't be understanding. Like, and sometimes I be thinking like,
And he lost the 40. It fell out the car. It's not yours no more. It's gone. You didn't want to spend it, and now it's all gone. And now you indicted behind it. And you didn't want to spend it.
bro, like, bro, you be an idiot too many times. God gonna show you what it is. Then you gonna have to pay for it. It off some dumb junk easily that you could have probably just easily got, like you said, paid the money. You just something in your head want to do something stupid. It might be that juju though. It might be that juju we talked about though was already on him.
Yeah, it's on you, boy. Yeah, it's on you, man.
It
Your
might be that
decision making
juju.
skills go out the window.
Hey Z, man, as a young brother that owns some land, man, how important is that to pass land and create that? We're talking about currency. Now, land is another form of currency because one thing I always pick off. I have my friend. A lot of people say why I don't have like why I don't get like celebrities or anything on podcast yet. Because I got a lot of friends that's taught me a lot of things along the way. I take a lot. I've been taking a lot of from little pieces from each one of y'all. And so, like Z, one thing you told me was about keeping like animals on the property and how that keeps the land a little bit cheaper and stuff, man. And Z, how important was that to grow up around that and to make you into your business and be business minded?
Growing up kind of on a farm and all that stuff was like the best childhood. You know what I'm saying? It was lit. You feel me? Having, you guys come over, play with the cows, play with, we had dogs and chase chickens and stuff around. And it taught you responsibility. You got to feed the animals. You got to make sure they don't die. You got to deworm them. You got to, like horses and stuff. You got to
Hold on,
shoot a
talk about
feed.
that real quick, dog, because I watched TikTok. I just found out about that deworm stuff really a couple of
Yeah.
days ago. How often you had to do that?
It was once every, a year, a couple of years, depending.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't do it that often. But it was all, you had to trick them. It's all about being smart in animals, putting the food over here, locking the gate behind them, calling their name. Get them to go that way. You feel me? Look over here. I can stick you with that. It's a lot of like, massaging animal egos. You feel me? Especially when they break out. Especially we got cows. We always had 10 cows or better most of the time, between 5 and 10 cows, five and 12. Um, but yeah, sometimes they break out. Like we had one bull that notoriously just broke out constantly. He was young. He was like a teenager growing up into an adult. He had all the muscles, all like the stereotypical, you know, bad boy bull. 1,500-pound monster. And so he could jump over the gate, clear it without his feet touching you type shit. You got to run and start. And so one night he freaking jumped over the gate. Well, this time he didn't jump. He broke through because we have the property behind us is a Hispanic family, and they own a lot of land. They have a lot of workers that they live on the land as well. So they have corn and all kinds of little vegetables and stuff they grow. Well, my bull broke over that gate and ate all them people corn overnight. And so then we wake up the next morning with
He
Hispanic
came
people.
back.
Oh no,
Oh,
yeah, no, we had to trick him back. Yeah, we had
all
to
right.
get him to come back. He did not come back willingly.
I thought he went and
But
ate and came back real
and
quick.
came back like nothing happened. Nah, his ass was in trouble. And he's like, sir, he was like, your bull, he broke in. He ate all our corn. He ate
Yeah.
all the corn. And so it was just funny hearing him say that. But they was cool about it because I think them Mexicans was rich, so they wasn't tripping about the corn. And then we was cool neighbors and everything. But yeah, man, it's a challenge. A lot of people don't understand. Like gotta contain these animals. You gotta make sure your gates is up to code, man. They're gonna test you. They're gonna test you.
Oh man,
It's a lot of work. Yes, sir.
how important is that to pass down the land and stuff and creating it?
Super important, super important. You always want it because that's one, like, that was one thing my dad always told me. He's like, land is one thing God ain't making no more of. You feel me? And so you always want to have that in your back pocket. The downside is just keeping up with the property taxes. I just had 5 bands out my account for the property taxes on my land. Um, but other than that, it's one of those things where it's motivation because now you got possibilities. Like my next phase, not too many people know this. So this is a smoke screen exclusive, but I am trying to, the next phase of my body butter company is going to be a real estate company, or at least a property management company where I can I want to at least have the first couple of acres, the beginning of my property, to be a mobile home trailer park situation where people can, like a little mobile home park where, people can either bring their own mobile home and then I charge them lot rent, or I own the mobile home and the lot, and then, they pay both to me.
AZ,
But that's,
we're gonna
yeah,
talk
we're going to
about
chop it up
it.
about that.
Hey,
Yeah.
because that's what we doing down in game. That's what we trying to figure out what we want to do down in the Lotchaway. We got so
Okay.
much land, and we trying to figure out how we want to section it off. If we do want to section it off and stuff, or if we want to build up our own. But it's the whole property management. We kind of want to be hands on with it. But you got it's
We can
education.
chop it up. We can chop it up. What I recommend is check out Social Proof Podcast. Check out the guests on the Social Proof Podcast. They're on YouTube. And they break down a lot of the guests depending on what guests. So they have a lot of people who do the mobile home real
Yeah,
estate part business thing, and so they give you a lot of gems on how to get that popping. You feel me? So check them
yeah.
out.
Yeah, dog, we gonna get this thing going, man. Hell yes, yeah, man. I see, man. That's what's good about smoke screen, bro. That's why I be trying to tell folks, bro. You go get these celebrities, and you got your forest is just as populated as they forest, man. It ain't no less dense than they forest is, dog. You got it right there in front of you. Your people that can help you grow. That's when they say it takes a village to raise a child. We all children of this. We all children to the world, dog. And it take a village to all us help each other out, dog. We take it as, oh, it's a little kid. No, we all children to this thing, man. You know what I'm saying, bro? We all a child of somebody older than us. It's somebody. It's always gonna be somebody older than you, dog. So even the oldest person got somebody older than him, man. But dog,
Mhm.
eventually, because they gonna, you know what I'm saying, God. But Z, man, going into your business, bro. What made you start your business, man? Lofty Brand. I got some of the butter. It's right here, dog. Got some of the butter right here, man. What made you get into your business?
Well, okay, so like I'm a teacher, so over the summer I just knew, what I'm saying, I wanted to be doing something these 2 months I was gonna be off. I knew I was gonna be relaxing, I knew I
Ooh.
was gonna be chilling because I've been either at school or at work or doing something stressful for like 4 or 5 years,
So no
10
summer
years of
school?
my life. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to relax for at least a couple months. So
No summer school? You ain't do no
no
summer
summer
school?
school this year. No, I'm not doing summer. I wasn't doing none of that. And I was not talking to no children. Uh, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm dreading. We got another week till not another week, but teachers start going back August 1st, and so then we got another week after teachers go back. Like I think students go back like August 10th.
Yeah, all right.
We got like a week and a half, 2 weeks. You feel me?
Dang, that's a
So
month
I'm
from now, dog.
already,
God, dog. That's a month. God, dog.
yeah, a month, my niggas. I'm just coming to so sad, so sad. And so, but yeah, so it's just one of the things I'm thinking about. I was when I went, we talked about before the show. We talked about my spiritual awakening and stuff like that. It was one of the things when I started seeing brighter colors and different, like the clouds were like amazing, like whites were so white, like the greens were green. And then the downside of it was my skin got sensitive. I couldn't really take a lot of the harsh chemicals in lotion. I couldn't take of the harsh chemicals in my toothpaste. And so I started to develop my own self care products just because it was like like toothpaste was like gritty now, like lotion left residue on my skin, like shampoo wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I had to find natural alternatives for pretty much my whole life. Like even stuff like juice was too sweet. Like I got to water juice down, like like the ocean spray, too sweet. I couldn't take it. Stuff be too salty. You know what I'm saying? Like my whole palate changed. You feel me? And so what I did was I developed my body butter. This is the Turmeric Day brand right here, as a way to just have that healthy skin, because people don't realize your skin is your largest organ, and that being your largest organ, skin cancer is the most common form of cancer, right? So people don't really connect the two dots, and so you want to nourish your skin with natural, nourishing, hydrating products from nature. You don't want to put a lot of chemicals in it because you're putting these in organs, so